A luxury beach home is not just architecture, it's a system. And if you don't understand that system, your project will fail. Most of the people think that designing a beach home means just construction drawings. In fact, a lot of disciplines are working together at the same time to achieve a beautiful home in a specific order. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you the right sequence on how these disciplines work together to create a really nice beach home in Nicaragua. Building in Nicaragua is unique. We need to deal with seismic conditions, sloped terrains, a tropical climate, rains, hurricanes, everything. So taking that in mind, the design must be intentional and strategic. So this is my own recipe dealing with a luxury beach home designing process. First of all, we need to carry out a topographical survey because, as you know, most of the lots here are cliffed. For that reason, we need to get the right elevations of the land in order to place correctly the house. I mean, the footprint of the house. That's very important. If we don't have that information, we don't know how much dirt do we need to move, to cut, to fill. And obviously, we need to achieve a fixed budget. We need to design on budget. And that's the reason why. So our topographical surveyor needs to be here taking care of that, and then we translate that information to a 3D model to analyze the pros and cons of the slope of the terrain. So after that, we need to carry out the conceptualization stage. This is key when we are looking for, again, a project on budget. We need to design something accordingly, your maximum money available. So we are discussing the rotation of the house, the spaces, the rooms, the amount of bedrooms, the really nice view that you want to achieve if you are going to be using cooling passive methods, for example, the cross ventilation. For that reason, I really love to use panoramic doors, panoramic windows, because we need to take advantage of the mother nature here in this beautiful place. We are in Remanso right now, but yeah, the conceptualization stage is really, really important. And again, we need to match both visions, yours as the homeowner and ours vision as designers. And this is really important because sometimes you are envisioning maybe something over budget, and we need to land in that idea to the Nicaragua context, And yeah, the second step is the finishes stage, where we dress the house. If we are going to be using a wooden ceiling, a wooden deck, or just using thermal flooring, a thermic floor, the finishes of the pool. In this case, we can work with two types of finishes, mid and high-end finishes. And I'm saying this because I don't work with basic finishes, because I think this doesn't worth it. Building a house in a costly lot, let's say, with a lot of rooms, for a big house, for example, it doesn't worth it to use basic finishes. For that reason, I only use mid-end and high-end finishes. But yeah, once you approve that, we move forward to the final construction drawings. And I mean architecture, structure, plumbing, electrical, air movement, and landscaping design. That's really important. And let me talk about architecture. Architecture is everything what you see immediately. I mean, the ceiling finish, the walls finish. In this case, we are using this really nice and rustic finish. We use this with cement, is a rustic finish again. And also the flooring, we are using a really nice wooden look tile. And again, the architecture is what you see, what you enjoy, what you feel. That's the architecture. But it's not only the architect working in this project. I have my structural engineer who needs to take care about the skeleton, the structure of the house. Because like I said, we are living in a seismic country and also strong winds. So we need to take care of that. Also, the type of glass that we are using are the strongest one because of the wind. If not, this glass is going to be, broken every day. Every time that you replace that glass, in the meantime, it's going to be broken. So the structural engineer is who is taking care of that. For example, to achieve this double height, we don't need any column in the middle. I mean, if we design a column in this part where the island is going to be, is a really big mistake, okay? Because what we love as architects is to have this really nice view towards the ocean. Meanwhile, you are cooking with your partner or you are having fun with your friends. So for that reason, I know that the structural engineers takes care about, you know, the structure and whatever, but the architect at the end of the day is who decides if we are going to be using columns, the type of beams, the type of structure, because some structural engineers don't care about aesthetics, but architects is different. You know, we love to see everything clean, aesthetic, nice. And talking about electrical, we need to decide the right position of the light switches, outlets, you know, because every client has a different routine, different tastes, you know, different tastes. For example, this is going to be a TV area, you know. We have installed as well a LED strip over there above in the ceiling. It's going to be hidden. So all the position of the electrical features needs to be coordinated with the structural engineer and the electrical engineer and the architect. And I'm saying this because the electrical engineer needs to know that we have a column here, a concrete / rebar concrete here, okay? So we cannot put this in this position, for example, okay? If we don't have that level of coordination, the contractor is going to be dealing with a lot of inconsistencies, you know? For that reason, we need to have a really nice communication. And what I do is I coordinate all the disciplines based on the architecture. I mean, the first level in priority is the architecture, the structure, plumbing, electrical, and finally landscaping design, okay? So that's the reason why we need to approve everything first with me as the architect, and then we show the electrical plan for the, you know, the light switches position, outlets position to the client. This way they can approve correctly everything. So another discipline that we need to work together with the architecture is the plumbing. So we need to take care about the gray water connections, the potable waters for the toilet. It's really important to have drains on the floor. This way is better, you know, to keep clean the bathrooms. This is a powder room, okay? For the people who is using this gym, this is a gym. Or the people who is having fun in the living, so they can use this spot as the powder room. But yeah, again, when we are designing the structure of this wall, for example, the plumbing engineer needs to be aware about the position of the beams, the structural beams, the structural columns, in order to don't have any issues with the structure. That's very important. In the past, when I was a student, I realized that sometimes the plumbing engineer didn't care about the position of the structure, and they, for example, installed the water connections for the sink here, and we had, for example, a column in the very middle of this. So that's really annoying, to be honest, for the contractor, for the designer, etc. So using my recipe, we don't have those issues because I really like to review everything matching with the architecture. This way I make sure that the contractor, my clients, won't have any, you know, delay because of that. And also regarding the AC units, for example, over here we have two 60,000 BTU capacity air conditioning. And again, we need to understand the structure of the roof because we have trusses, we have columns, beams. So this way we can leave the right connections, you know, the right electrical lines to hook those AC units, for example. Those are the biggest one, and we need them because we are in a double height living area, which is awesome. So you can feel the specialness of this room. But yeah, when we are designing architecture, that's the way that we need to follow, that priority. If not, we are going to be failing again and again. and the construction process is going to be, longer and costly at the same time. So if you are enjoying this content so far, please subscribe to my channel, hit the like button, and hit the bell to be aware of more content like this. So even for the right position of the septic system, I carry out meetings with my whole design team. I know that the plumbing engineer is the genius of that discipline, but we are a team, so everything can, suggest opinions, and maybe the right position of the septic is in other place. When I'm reviewing the water line, route or the electrical line route, I really like to triple check everything in several meetings, in fact. So sometimes we realize that another route for the water lines is better, because we have a shortcut, for example. So this way we are using less material, less pipes, less wire. And this means savings for you as the homeowner. We love to take the time to review that, because at the end of the day, we don't sell drawings, we don't sell designs. What we sell is the final experience of you as the homeowner living in one of these amazing homes. But yeah, this is the real way to facing a beach home here in Nicaragua. And I'm saying this because I have talked with other clients coming from Canada. They are, for example, contractors over there, and the construction systems, the construction, recipe is different than this one in Nicaragua. And I have created my own recipe for design, for supervision, for construction, using my years of expertise here in Nicaragua. And I have translated that into a Notion, Notion, the app. So I have my own recipes, checklist, templates. And obviously, every year I'm improving that methodology. But yeah, this is something that you need to know. All this information is something that maybe is helpful for you who are an investor or wants to live full time here in this amazing country. Just look at this amazing view. This is Playa Remanso, and we are in one of my babies. This house is one of my babies, and this is what we do. This is what we love. We love to work with successful people coming from abroad who really loves architecture, so we can create something like this beautiful home. Okay? I'm constantly supervising what I have designed, because this way that I am not perfect, but I love to document the process. This way I realize that maybe I was wrong in some points, because that we are applying the theory in the real construction. And I love this. I love to improve my skills, my team skills, because this is an experience, And for that reason, you need to know that designing a home is not just architecture. We have a lot of professionals involved in this beautiful process. So that was the series on how to design a luxury beach home here in Nicaragua. I know that we are not in Pacific Martin right now, we are in Remanso Beach. But yeah, practically that's the process that we follow. I'm really happy to share this content for you, because I think it's useful. This content give you more confidence when you want to invest here in Nicaragua. And that's the real process when we are designing a home. If you want to see the full construction process of the Pacific Marlin project that I have shown you here in this YouTube channel, subscribe to the channel. This way you will be aware of the full process. And thank you very much for watching. If you have any question, please let me know in the section below, and I will be answering all the questions, everything what you need to know about this amazing country. So my name is Raul Lopez. I am an architect based in San Juan del Sur, and I'll see you in the next episode.